marketeers will come to power. In every country, at least 2 million and breakdown for marketeers, people rather, and younger boys to empower themselves. The money is there, but everything is long way carry the benefit up because we are close.
What did Paladino Yaga Koluba?
If tell Yaga Koluba, someone Yaga Koluba crossing you are not a Latina you talk. You forsake someone Yaga Koluba crossing you. What are Yaga Koluba crossing Korea? You want to know a lot of Yaga Koluba. So to them, and we don't know Yaga Koluba for that, and I'm going to know Yaga Koluba there. You know when I move to Dualanda, we move to all the way to go just to talk about Yaga Koluba.
You love me, you go for my Yaka.
Yes. Because Yaga Koluba and the one that is coming to our house. So you are telling to me Yaga Koluba because a budget.
Oh, Yaga can be talking to the president. It's not a good thing.
Yes. They're happy. Saying that you are not happy to you. And you are not going to betray Yaga Koluba or betray the great people in life today. Yaga Koluba are not going to cross you. You understand? You are telling them about Yaga Koluba. You can't let Yaga Koluba there. It's not going to lie.
You go for Yaga?
You just get there. They're not just hospital Yaga Koluba for them. You don't want to get Yaga Koluba for them. They see that you're for them for Yaga Koluba. They don't forget for Yaga Koluba. Anything people are power, people are dead. Then you say, Yaga, the way you not to tell the country, they corrupt. You say you're going to take corruption for the country. Now you're calling them more corrupt for me. People are dying every day.
You said the president is the most corrupt man.
No, I'm coming down. So I will shot you. You shot me, then forget for Yaga Koluba. I'm going to Yaga Koluba, not attack you. Then you forget for Yaga Koluba. Now I want to let my day, then we send you down Yaga Koluba. Then you forget for Yaga Koluba. Anything I do for me, my people, no other person. Then you leave Yaga Koluba. Who don't know, they will know you. Our sister will go to the Yaga Koluba for them. Now you know. Then they are not doing Yaga Koluba in our house.
Okay. All right, we're coming to anything you want to say for now before we leave you. Thank you so much.
Yaga Koluba agree. They must forget the Yaga Koluba because they know what's the woman only so much for your star one. So why will go for your star one? You want to become a America. Now ever got one. You must see woman protesting with her. I want to come into a woman. Yaga Koluba protest? Yes. We are best. You tired. You know, see, because someone else is going to say, I want corner, they do our own day. And the kind of other police maker they won't do our corner advance. You can't continue for it. Tell him to forget about your
Hello?
Yeah, man.
My son, you made mistake.
Mother.
I heard you last night, me and Kun indeed to move Papa. Absolutely, after the whole election, and in my corner. If you hear my preaching most Sunday, you will conclude that I'm right. Will you rescue as a nomenclature after winning? The broadcaster don't even answer my phone. They don't pick me up. They don't lay me down. They don't even have time. I don't talk. Yeah, I don't talk because God knows why it's happening. And everything I will accept it because our son Kun is vice president to him for NIMBA. The NIMBA people will not understand if I start hating on Boyka. The Senate started trap for Boyka. When we wrote, the Senate did a comprehensive report of their findings and attached the Supreme Court ruling and the amnesty law and everything. And the position statement for those commissioners who decided from Boyka to where. And said the way forward is a Panama House discussion for peace. Then when Boyka come now, he is deceived by coming there, by the Dillon there, Nombi there, and he now where he's just thinking all kind of way Boyka, all kind of thing. He want to go after people. Then, you know, the CDC still control the lower house, the upper house. So they went talking away, some kind of thing they did, but I think they did a resolution that passed because of money crossing.
Yeah.
Then they sent it to the Senate. Then something happened. Wow. All of them almost ran to Yombi house. Then they brought it that Tuesday morning. They didn't tell me they had it for me. Oh, then when I heard what was happening, it was remain 2 persons to sign. That was me, that was Bani, Jim Bani. But when I went to Kum, I said, what is going on? You were here when we had sent paper, and you were here with our own leadership, and we sent the report with all documents, legal documents, to guide where. Then Baka benefited from the 2010 decision by the Supreme Court to be involved in the election in 2011 because he was not wrong with them.
You're right. He
benefited.
You're right.
The other telling about for 12 years now, he's now president.
One more freedom.
I've never seen him say why you're doing it. You know what he's doing? No. Resolution is not a law. So, starting the resolution means we agree. Bring it now. My brother sent a bill.
When they were coming, they said they were freedom fighters. When they were coming, they said they were liberators. But when they did their crime, they changed their mind. When they did their crime, they changed their mind. What kind of people they so? They are freedom fighters. What kind of people they so? Did you think freedom fighter you raping our women? They are freedom fighters. Freedom fighter you killing our children. They are freedom fighter you destroying our country. They are freedom fighters.
We compromised, and we believed you were a good man, and we were sitting. You could rescue this country. We call you peace. Because you rescued the country, or you rescued the finances. 12 years I was like vice president. We have to be begging for money.
When they were coming, they said they were liberators. When they were coming, they said they were liberators. But when they did their crime, they changed their mind. When they did their crime, they changed their mind. What kind of people they so? They are freedom fighters. What kind of people they so? They are freedom fighters. You freedom fighter, you raping our women. They are freedom fighters. You freedom fighter, you killing our children. What kind of people they so? They are freedom fighters. What kind of people they so? They are freedom fighters. You freedom fighter, you raping our women. They are freedom fighters. You freedom fighter, you killing our children. They are freedom fighters. You freedom fighter, you destroying our country. They are freedom fighters. Ayo. Music. Aha. I'm a freedom fighter. Oh, I'm on you. I'm a freedom fighter. I'm a freedom fighter. They need your job, your pastor. I'm a freedom fighter. They need your job, your papa. I'm a freedom fighter. They need your people. Ayo.
Oh, yes, indeed.
feel
One more freedom fighter.
to be back behind these microphones to engage on the issues that matter to Liberia's growth and development. There's the repressive, rapist,
When they welcome me, they say
Wakai regime. That's who they are. Bunch of rapists,
they were liberators. But when they keep
pedophiles,
they change their mind. When they keep Vietnam, they change their mind.
state
So
looters.
they so
They are freedom fighters.
That's exactly who they are.
They are freedom fighters.
you freedom fighter, you raping our women.
They are freedom fighters.
Freedom fighter, you killing our children.
They pretended as though they were some kind of freedom fighters in Liberia today.
Ayo,
Unfortunately, we've got a bunch of
ayo.
traditionally indisciplined, individual presiding over our state. They have infested almost all of the institutions. They've taken gay business in the church. They have condemned our traditional culture.
When they welcome me,
Our tradition and culture, they've condemned it. The president himself
when they welcome
was heard loud
but when they
describing the
change,
culture of this country
when they keep
as harmful.
they change their mind.
That was very despicable on the part of the president.
Fighters.
Kind of people they so.
They are freedom fighters.
You freedom fighter, you
So today, when you see senior members, senior official of the president
They are freedom fighters.
government,
fighter,
the security level,
They are freedom fighters.
grabbing small children in the community, boys, children, sodomizing them. Regularly, they will grab the Peking, the Camp Johnson Road, the Bain down, moving it, carrying Broadview, carrying rehab behind the president house. Oh yeah. Different location, multiple times. Go and read the police report. Multiple times they destroy the people's son, the little boy. But do you know how many of the young boys were opening a special telephone lines for those of you young men in Monrovia that have in the 2 years fell victim to UP's big boys bend down low attitude. You know, we warned you during the election. We told you that this was the forces of good versus the forces of bad. This is it. We told you that they were bringing gay business back in the country. Oh yeah, we're not gonna mince our words on it. Because in the 12 years, I mean, that was the song. We were much younger. That was the song we heard around here. Big brothers and others were telling us that, can you imagine I put my application at this government entity, and after the interview somebody is requiring me to go behind the desk, only to realize that they want to bend me down, and when I refuse, they've denied me the job. We're hearing these things during the 12 years of former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and the Unity Party, and the same elements, the same wicked, selfish, devilish elements are the ones that have been brought back. Look at the entire NSA. We should do a whole profiling of the folks there at the NSA and go deep. You will see. You will know. I go to the police. You see the police glorifying the young man, as if to say, you know what's up now. You know that family tree, it can bend, it can break. So Jala got caught. The other family member, I had to treat Jala like someone. But mind you now, when people still badgering in the community, the police go there and pull handcuff on your head. And I see one other lawyer, he's a friend, Jeremiah Dubois. think about, oh, it's in the discretion, blah, 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 discretion. But this to Liberia, folks, good morning, welcome. Too many things to talk about. This is the Freedom Money Rise on Freedom is 7.9. 9 o'clock this morning, we talk Nimba politics, general political issues in the country. The one man who has been in the seat.
When they welcome me, they say they were
Former Nimba lawmaker,
but when they kill you,
representative,
they
now Anthony Garrison D. Yelu Jr. We sit here in our hot seat at 9 o'clock, 9 to 10, 1 hour script of engaging conversation about the issue that matter most to the motherland,
You freedom fighter, you killing that.
political issue,
Freedom fighter, you destroy our country.
choices in 2023.
Ayo, Iyayo, ayo. Oh, Iyayo, ayo. Iyayo, ayo.
What does
Iyayo,
future hold?
Iyayo.
But in the meantime, between that, we're gonna go to Gregory Coleman's office. Somebody can tell Gregory Coleman that we're here. We're here this morning, and he should tune in. Oh yeah, we have a message for Gregory Coleman. You know, we're not gonna sit in this country and allow certain people think that they have the right to rewrite the rules or dictate what the rule is. My name is Abu Sharif, and of course, as always, Hagar Gunner is here together. We're going to be driving you straight up to 10 o'clock on the nation's biggest breakfast platform, the Freedom Money Rise on Freedom 87.9. Good morning to our friends, our followers, those of you in the diaspora. It's always a good thing to have you join us. Oh yeah, right here. So the Bill Maggie, so they say Bill Maggie June has been acquitted, or if you may, free. And you remember that big government minister that was accused of raping a 14-year-old minor, right? So Gregory Coleman said the man free. Say all that thing you're talking about on your own. Bill, go ahead. Then Bill went and wrote on his Facebook, say the conspiracy that failed. Okay, and you know, so that child is out there. The state has failed on delivering justice for them. Then Bill finished. Bill said the reason why, because say how you call it, say Ezra or what kind of study they did, and that one say he not satisfied with the result that one case. So because Gregory not satisfied, so he free the man. Like for Gregory now. So Gregory say he not satisfied. The way we look at it, Bernard the call log and Tina pull the man where he believed the thing happened, so that man the man can go, you free man. Then we jump from there with NSA. He said NSA the same standard he used for Bill Maggie June, he used it for the other man. He used the same public outcry. He used public outcry in the man arrest the man, and he and the man they started modeling. They said they're going to court. The man laughing, shaking people's hand. Hey, yeah, just one team when man you finish winning Champions League, you can be shaking everybody's hand. They're shaking everybody. Ronaldo then be shaking everybody. That man doing it. So to southern mass people in Boga government, that victory. You gotta be shaking everybody in that accomplishment. Damn it. Hey God, good morning.
Good morning, Abu. Good morning. On a sad note this morning, I want to say good morning to you. Sad because our country, the motherland, is bleeding. Justice has taken a different trend. It's no longer in the interest of all, but instead is in the interest of just few, especially those connected to the power that be. Sitting back, always following closely on the internet as always, Abu. I feel terrible for our country due to the fact that people that the laws should be protecting, the law is fighting them. In the new Liberia, the Liberians fought for. Once you are connected to the power that be, the law will work for you. If you are seen as a critical voice to the power, just as you find yourself in a terrible situation, and the law, whether it is in your interest, is going to work against your interest because you are not within the circle, which is a terrible thing this morning. But we are here, grateful to God enough. Yes, grateful to God this morning for the gift of life. We are here beaming with good health. So we will run you through up to 10 o'clock this morning, like Abu said. At 9 o'clock, we will be playing host to former Nimba County District 4 lawmaker, and of course the former head of the Governance Commission, Garrison Dor Yelu, who is going to be here this morning at 9 o'clock to talk politics and other issues up to 10 o'clock. But again, I don't know whether the cash giveaway is still fast running.
Yeah, it is. It is running.
So,
all you got to do is just make sure you have at least $100, right?
Yeah, sure.
$100.
$100 or $50.
Yeah, or 50 cents in US play to win 7,500, 10,000, 15,000. Because the more you play, the better chances are to win, right? Yesterday, you all know we had the former finance minister here, and because of the nature of the conversation, we could not repeatedly talk about the cash giver. But always remember that whenever we sit on the platform, for the fact that the partnership is still in full swing. The moment you hear the show is announced, like I've always said, once you hear the theme song or the teasers, automatically you start to put in your play. The boat's already open, but most times people love us to be talking about it. So.
Always just keep in your mind that beginning 7:30, Abu and Hagar will be here, and so I am supposed to start playing. And we know that once we hear what you will put in, that's what we can do. So if you continue to play and we reach the threshold, when we are here, you find us with our phone every time on the internet. We are checking even the dashboard. Once we reach a threshold, we are able to do a draw to give money out to somebody. That's so this correct. Morning, since we are here between now to 10 o'clock, let's start up now. You can pick up your Lone Star MTN mobile money phone. Just about now, you dial *255*1#. *255*1#. Make some money for yourself here this morning. We're up to 15,000 depending on how many times you play. But also we have the least cash price. We could give out 5,000 Liberian dollars or 7,005 Liberian dollars this morning. So it's up to you. The more you play, the better your chances are. Let's see how it works. We don't want to set time limit this morning, but once we reach a threshold, just us, we will get through the system and do a draw. If we can do it every 15 minutes, it's okay.
So we didn't run over some of the issues that happened. I mean, in terms of viral updates over the weekend, but there were a lot of dramatic things, right? One of which was that the so-called asset recovery of the rescue government had put out a press statement alleging that the MDMC company attempted bribing the entity. So that which have turned out to be a deliberate blackmailing attempt in order to gain some degree of public sentiment. Remember, there is already a current litigation between the MDMC and of course AREP. So basically, what we have established that happened was that as a regular practice among big companies, concessions, and all of that, right? When the season is around the corner, they develop this season card, they greeting, right? To relevant entities and agencies, government ministries and stuff. They will drop it. And season's greeting with the card and all of that, and accompanying that with a profile of the company. For example, you are running a construction company, for example, or electricity distribution company. When the season comes, right, you design your flyer or your card, you drop it to the Electricity Regulatory Authority because the sector, people now. You go to LEC, then LEC may jump there and say, oh, they may have bribing me. Then you create an impression as if to say, because you and the man have a case, so
he's your enemy.
Yeah, no, so the man carry money to you now to bribe you, so you forget about the case. You see how childish the people are running the country, right? how childishly they're running the country. But these are the people who said they were sophisticated. Also, over the weekend, Bapolu Senator Amara Kone released his personal scorecard in terms of reviewing himself for the period 2025. I think that is a good thing each of our lawmakers should be able to do. But unfortunately, we have a lot of lazy folks there who are just loose talker, right? They only know how to talk, but they even keep track of themselves. They're unable because they hire unsophisticated political sycophants in their office who do not have any clear-cut background or specialty in any area. They're just there watching on the internet. Who said so? You can run a country like that, right? This should be the bastion of intellectual consciousness that the lawmaker will feed on, and, to be able to propel his or her office in dealing with some of these things. So yesterday, while we were here, there was the opening of the legislature and what that was going on, right? While that was going on, these marital allegations that have been moving around the corridor of the speaker has sparked leadership rift as some members of the 55th legislature has rekindled call for the speaker to recuse himself on grounds that the controversies around this whole marital dishonesty has got the propensity to derail the integrity of the office. So he should recuse himself to preserve the integrity of the office of the Speaker of the Republic of Liberia. And so that was also demonstrated on yesterday. Representative Marvin Cole, spoke very fiercely when he addressed some members of the press in regards to that. So this is something to watch out for. There was an important meeting. Ocean View, nearing 40 of them, and they were having meeting. Our sources was able to confirm. Yeah, no, what I was able to, confirm on the phone. Somebody called me from within and say, "Oh yeah, we're here. This is." So I like to stick to that. Subsequently, I started seeing other numbers. I like to stick to what I can verify, what I know, and for sure. So that was it. It's possible subsequently they garner additional numbers, right, to reach it to whatever people were quoting. But one thing I can say to you that not even my friend Vesely Sumo can deny that lawmakers met at Ocean Drive on Sunday, and he may not know or he may not agree to the nature of the conversations that were being held. But what I can say as a man who had an ear inside based on the kind of people we talk to, part of why they gather in that number was to discuss the future of the host leadership. And if the future of the host leadership is being discussed, and of course there were conversations around the reputation of the current speaker in terms of all of the controversies that are surrounding and all of that. So his removal was also key on the agenda, so to speak. So those were the issues. On yesterday, the LACC, Liberal Anti-Corruption Commission, accused Judge Joe Bacon of bias, simply because, you remember the case with the LTA former commissioner Abdullah Kamara, right, who was suspended for acts inimical to the financial operation of the entity and blah, 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 blah. So Abdullah Kamara is very close to the presidency. So, and he has been hanging around the Unity Party ever since that thing happened, making it to look like nothing. So, at the same time, pressing his card with the president. So, the LACC has suspected that Abdullah is using his influence around the president to to kind of meddle or play with the case.
Yeah.
So the LACC believes that the judge presiding over the case is compromised. Right? They have now revealed exactly, but the communication clearly speaks to the fact that they have no confidence in the independence and, of course, impartiality of the judge. They believe he's compromised based on, Abdullah and the moves he's making and all of that. But this thing speaks to one truth, that the justice system has been weaponized and politicized under Mr. Boakai. All you need to do is to have some kind of ethnic relations or trouble, connection or family ties, or just some kind of mediocre, undemocratic relationship with Mr. Boakai, and you can make your way through the court system. For a government entity responsible to fight and prosecute corruption to be telling you that we're not satisfied with the judge, we believe the judge has been tampered with. They want another opposition talking to that LACC say Abdullah Kamara used his relationship with the president, and they are manipulating the judge, so they cannot go into the case with that judge. For the Liberian people to get justice and accountability, put an independent person there. Fellow Liberian, this is it. They issued a statement on yesterday and all of that. So with that said, we can now dive into our conversation this morning. Hagar, I sent you the So I won't play this song while Hagar try to set up on that end, right? This Liberian song. Let's try. I don't know what the A here said. This is a campaign. We're playing this song as a campaign for our Liberian youth, particularly the boys, giving them this message. Don't fall. We know the devils are in town. The United Party people, they're here. They want to sodomize all the children. They want to fake our children. So we're encouraging the young people, stand your ground, remain principled. With the thing you don't see your mind and your part do, don't do it. Stand by the Bible, stand by the Quran. Don't let anybody, they create hardship in the country so that we'll be grabbing our small boy children in the community and giving them our food and eating them from the behind. This is bad. And all of the moralists in the country, they're not saying anything. You can imagine if this was going to be during the WEA period, right? Imagine the law on WEA government, and now BB people that in the government, all our interior woman, Papa, you're listening. The new thing the government officials are doing in the city here now, they not make the country hard. And you can hear everybody talking say the country hard. So they put the citizens in that vulnerable position. And then they go in the community, the small children, they're there, everybody busy, hustling. So they grab the children, they start fooling the children, that BB jeep, carrying the children. So y'all hold your boys children, 14-year-old, 13-year-old, y'all look after them. Anywhere you see them going near B fence. And
imagine a little boy is being allegedly sodomized for football boots. Something that costs less than $50. No, that's not. So something that costs less than $50 US. So somebody is sodomizing allegedly a child just because you want. And like we've always said, yes. So like we've always said, Abu, this is going to be the condition established by officials of the government. When you hear these people trying to sugarcoat your suffering, when you see them trying to justify that everything is okay under this government, it is purposely intended to make you feel that yes, the country is okay, but in real life, you only see them as a source of income. So you always beg them. You always go to them when you want your school fees to be paid. You always go to them when you want your house rent. You always go to them every little thing you want. And as a result, in getting or before becoming of help to you, they now put out conditions which could include either sexually harassing you, sodomizing you, raping, or whatever. So a particular family will be going to a particular government official for help every time, and that government official is looking at a little child or a person in that family, whether that person is below the age, he doesn't care. One thing he understands is he's been able to build that relationship with the parents, and because the parents see him as the source of income, when there is anything tomorrow, he could be protected. So the country is difficult. The reality is setting in. Abu, have you been able to go at the SKD to follow any of the country mid games since they came to town? It has become terrible. SKD that we know in previous administration, from Madame Salif to the George Weah. SKD, we've always known SKD doing the country meet to be jam-packed. Radio stations will announce to you before even the start of a march that you have to stay home and follow the radio. You have to stay home and follow the radio. But now as we speak, no. Since this tournament came to town, SKD have never been filled to capacity. No game. No game. That is because even with the current ticket price sitting at 500 around a few, people still do not, they can muster the courage because that person is worried about what he or she will eat the next day. Huh? So just want to ask that guy. So he or she is worried about what he's going to provide for his home, or she's going to provide for home the next morning. How our even time and day the next morning is a problem. So nobody is willing to trade their 500 for a football match.
So I'm going to play the video.
It's already in queue.
Yeah. So it was on yesterday, and this thing has been around the corner, where this agent from the NSA was accused, Agent Peter Bonjala, accused of gang raping a 16-year-old boy in Cinco. You understand? So it has been going on, and so there were a lot of actions taken by the police intentionally to undermine the case. Because when you know the rules and you apply it differently, that means you've done it on purpose. Because the rules is that whenever police arrest a person, at least in 72 hours, you be able to process them and forward them to court. So deliberately arrest a man, you hold the man there, and he passes the 72 hours, so his lawyer will go and go file habeas corpus, and and made something all of that one and things, and blah blah blah, then made acting free, and all of that. All of that was undermining, and of course psychologically disturbing to the family, the victim's family. And we ought to have a system and a country that demonstrate compassion to victims, especially in violent situations like these, inhumane situations like these. Because mind you now, those in charge of leadership and governance in the country who never imagine their children going through this trauma. So when you are seated there and you have a report about a situation, you have to play that compassionate role as a parent. Imagining your 16-year-old child, right, being gang raped by a bunch of irresponsible, right, overgrown idiots. Look at them. Look at the size, right? Because this child has a need. Like we all know it back then. Letter, you go, you pull it to the B-man gate. The B-man kind of show it to the B-man. They read it, and one or two times you do follow up. When that B-man get a letter and say, you'll give it to that picking that can come for football boost, Benny. No, but this time B-man, they can't do that one. No. They will hold the people watching in the hand, they can't inside. Right? And these people that are in the thing, they can threaten you and all that, and the children small. So they will start pumping the children from the behind. Then they'll be threatening if you tell anybody, you say, I'm gonna beat me, tell anybody, I'll kill you, I'll do this thing to you. And but can't and let money here. Who they want. Don't tell nobody, just go take care of yourself, relax, and tell the child number. Oh, well, yeah, Jumbo, you all right? Yeah. Another day. Yeah, you can't sing ain't no the play. Yeah. Yeah, get on car, you can't sing when you reach to the play, I will send somebody for you. Right? They will be carrying it. That child is coerced by fear. And then they're using financial means to silence and suppress the child's natural will to resist and, of course, alarm about the situation. This is the technique. This is what they're doing to the people, children. You make the parents, you cut their salary, you dismiss them, their home, right? You take them from the streets on their little motorcycle hustle. They go down one side, other places, Megley Street, to sell Dungafla jean trousers. You run behind and you take their goods from them. They revert to the community. So they got to be looking up to people in government. When they look up to people in government, use that as a means now to start abusing them. The females, they are abused regularly. You know what they do to the girls' children now? Girls' children can be, me, I'm jealous, I can't share mail. But you know what they are doing to them? They are encouraging, because you poor, you need it. They make it, they may tell you, you and all your friends are working the 4 years, you come to my house, you can service me. These are the terrible manner in which this government and its reckless officials are abusing our children. And some of you are still there defending them. They unleash untold suffering and hardship in the country. When you want to do your lay without marketing to hustle, they go there, they suppress you until you're able to do it. So you are incapacitated to take care of the responsibility of your children to some extent.
So you are left with no option
but
back.
So the children there. So when the children see, some big brothers in the community, they're driving, they're coming, they're looking clean, and they get some needs, probably in school, they go, let me go tell the people to help me. Then that child get initiated, or the girls' children. Then you feel like it is a good relationship. You have to investigate all your girls' children relationship with particularly United Party government officials. They are bad though. These guys, they in some different social organizations. They can abuse the children. And the girls' children then that they can say, 3-4 of them bring in, right? They start going all with them. They're not going all with them the natural will. They're going all with the children beyond them. Let me tell you the thing here. These people spoiling this country. Right? They're spoiling our girl children and beyond, and they're spoiling the boy children and beyond. So what kind of devilish set of people we get? And Baka say, he say, the men are traditional men, the men are deacon in the chair, right? In the men government. This kind of thing happens. But some people say, Abu, you're not talking. Me, will talk everything. You will know it. When you go out there, your decision is up to you. But at least you will not say we didn't say it. That's exactly the same way 2023 where you say, the children, blah, blah, blah. But we're blunt on the issues. We'll always tell you. This is exactly what they've been doing. Listen to the narrative from this Jala guy thing. And somebody saying, Jala, you see, Jala is, and he look, but Jala is a very influential man, very connected man. But when they say connected, you know what it means? All their social secret, society and organization that what they in. And those are the ones that provide the protection and cover for them. And these guys, they are seated, they will take them and bring them to somewhere is still low. But they're bringing them to that place so that they'll be able to connect directly with the ordinary and the new recruits that are coming in. And what you see Mele Jala, with all his affluence in the society, will choose to go sit down in that kind of small office. Because at that level, all the young children, young boys children that won't be NS people that come in, they pass through that place. So you're there to be recruiting, fishing,
So this case of the 16-year-old boy could be just the one that came to light. So imagine how many of our young friends have been assaulted and sodomized by this very office, all these very individuals this very individual over the time. So there are some who have willingly accepted to go through that because what they want. This one is just something that he forcefully did, allegedly, that came to light.
And say God move from behind.
God move from behind. So imagine the ones that have happened behind the scene that we've not heard about. This thing is becoming terrible. And since the war from 2005 election, where Madam Sirleaf got sworn in 2006 up to 2017 when George Weah took over, up to 2023 when he left, and or when 2024 when the administration of Joseph Yuma Boaka took over, we are only hearing this under this administration. Even after the war, when several of our friends, and in fact Liberians, wearing at that time decentralized, or I should say, they were rehabilitated. Abu, when people came from war, and then they just everything, people are addicted to it. These things weren't happening during Madam Sirleaf administration. If at least it was during Madam Sirleaf, we say, the effect of the war is still moving on. But today we are having a Baptist man or Baptist deacon, somebody who Liberians told us that is a man of integrity. This old man is sitting there. His government officials are being accused daily of raping young children in this country, of sodomizing young boys. And nothing is being said. No caveat is being sent. And when the case reaches the police, Gregory Cuomo chooses how to run the affairs of the state when it comes to running the laws or implementing the laws. So, what's the difference between Brian Mangel case and this guy on the case, this Jala guy on the case?
And that's exactly what we want.
So
you play the song just for the podcast.
For the benefit of the public. Let's play this so you know.
The 16-year-old man not here.
Right? So going past it seems like there is a culture,
and they are throwing people under the bus because whatever the case is, we are dealing with the general fagging culture that has been reintroduced by the Unity Party guys, right? Whether Jala did this, Jala didn't do it. And we have a general problem with the manner in which, because this is a country of law now, one accused is presumed innocent until proven guilty, and there is a due process, and there is a chemistry of how the law is applied in Liberia. That formula ought not to be changed because of anybody, or nor because of the emotional outbursts by any group of people, not even myself. That anybody should bend the rules because, and Hagar and Abu then talking. No, we are putting that the way the rules define that we pursue certain matter must be generically applied and must be consistent across different situations, right? As much as we applaud the effort by the community to raise the alarm around this thing, right? And the fact that the police, when they did the arrest, I have a problem with the police knowing fully well and then allowing that space for the man and lawyer to go out of the eating show, he be a couple and all the things are nonsense, right? However, that he got arrested and then a radar issue, rearrested and all of that. I also had a serious problem with the manner in which he was treated. I think he was treated in dignified manner because what we know precedent was, right? It is not only handcuff is not placed on suspects simply because they have shown signs of violence, right? In law enforcement, the reason why you see, even if you're not fighting the law enforcement, they will elect to pull handcuff, right? Is to restrain you and have you fully in their care. Now, aside from being physical or violent or running away, right? While that man is in your custody, the agency takes full responsibility of anything that man will do at that moment. And you cannot, determine what is running through the head of that suspect. Why if that suspect injures his or herself? The police is responsible because you're supposed to be in charge of that man. So to avoid all of that, you pull him on the man, right? And all that. And that lawyer that argued that, oh, once the men are violent, this, that, you know how many people have been arrested? Was Bucky Road violent?
Mm-hmm.
Right? When they take out your clothes, take out your trousers and pull him on him and disgrace him for one working or marijuana business.
Something that cost 350 cents.
Marijuana, what they planting in now as we were talking, they planting it in Nima County. They get beef on there. Right? So
they want to play in Dofa against you that one.
So that is being unfair and inconsistent. So Senator Augustine Che wrote a very nice piece. I don't know if you've seen it here, right? Senator Augustine Che wrote this piece about the case and the inconsistency and how it undermines the rule of law significantly. Gregory Cuomo needs to understand that the apparent inconsistency in police handling of sexual offense cases undermine the rule of law. So the senator is arguing that the way you follow the format in the other sexual assault case and then you follow another format, you're not consistent, right? It indicates that something is not happening correct. So questions are mounting over the evidentiary standards applied by the Liberia National Police in two high-profile sexual offense cases, with Senator Augustine Che accusing authorities of arbitrary and selective enforcement that undermines public confidence in the justice system. The controversy stems from the police refusal to arrest suspended Deputy Youth and Sports Minister J. Brian McGill, accused of raping a 16-year-old girl on grounds that DNA evidence was lacking. While in a separate case, dismissed Deputy NSA Director Peter Bono Jala was arrested, detained, and charged with sodomy of a 16-year-old boy despite the absence of DNA or forensic proof. Higa, when the country cried out for Gregory Cuomo to arrest Brian McGill, what did the police say? That they do not have
DNA and do other operations text before.
So the question that the senator is raising, who's also a lawyer, was there any DNA result or forensic that made you to arrest
Brian?
No, Jala.
Jala. In fact, as we speak now, the police have you've seen a charge sheet.
Yeah, they've charged the man. They arranged the man to court. The man is supposed to have slept at the Monrovia Central Prison yesterday, right? But we're getting different information.
So defendant Peter Bon Jala, male, blah blah blah, 63-year crew, blah blah blah, charge gang rape, section 14.70, rape statutory, 14.70B, blah blah blah, kidnapping, section 14.501. Date of offense, November 29, 2025, December 24th, 2025, January 1 to the 3rd, 2026. Place of arrest, FU arresting date, time of arrest, January 7, 2026 at 7:15 a.m. Officer CRP Lancy Good, complainant Satara. Okay, sorry for that.
So the question now, Ega, pursuant to this arrest and officially charging the man, right? Did the police have any DNA or forensic? Because you're charging the man of kidnapping and all of that. You have any established clue What did the police use for the most part and backed by law? Probable cause. And probable cause are drawn from multiple sources, particularly as required, or for example, witness testimonies, right? Or victim testimony. Sorry. So you determine probable cause most likely in the witness testimony. As well as witness, right?
Witness, yeah.
So on the basis of probable cause, the law says you should arrest the man. In the case with
Brian
Mangill, there was a victim testimony. There was a medical report.
Support that.
Right? Supporting the claim. There was a gender ministry report also corroborating.
With all of the testimonies.
But yet still, Inspector General Gregory Kumo refused to arrest Brian Mangill. So why you go arrest Peter Jala?
And in fact, to even make it more complicated, the IG of police requested for call log involving Brian and the family of the 14-year-old girl, or the 14-year-old girl in question. Now, in this case of Jala, the police have not been able to tell us, as to whether or not they were able to summon the call logs involving the accused and the victim.
Especially before arresting.
The arrest.
We're not talking about yesterday's incident.
So
before arresting.
What is this law that is being applied today to Jala? But this very law could not be applied to.
So is that not being selective? Is that not undermining of the justice system?
And Abu, the only reason you see today that Gregory is moving with fast speed on the issue of Jala is because of the public outcry. So Gregory know already, but Gregory know already he has blundered from the case involving Brian and taking this case, because all of what he was doing with that Brian case was just for us to reach to the point that he would say Brian is not guilty, blah, 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 blah. There was no cause. So now Gregory, looking at the level of public outcry involving this case and comparing it to what it was like in Brian's case, now he knows that he can't do any nonsense with this case. So Brian is
Jala is unfair to Jala.
Of course, but guess what? Jala is paying for the sin that Brian was accused about and the blunder that Gregory performed or did doing Brian's own investigation. So Jala now is going to feel the pinch.
But it shouldn't be that way. That's not what the law says. Gregory don't have to run the country based on his discretion exclusively. Absolutely not. Especially in instances where the law is definite on what is supposed to be done and how it is supposed to be done. You can. I think the family of Peter should resist. Should insist that the police bring out the thing, forensic and all of that, right? As much as the crime he committed is something that I am against. But if this is how you apply the law, right, then you have to remain consistent. There is a precedent already. Remember, we told you during the time of Brian Mangill that, look, there's a terrible precedent. Every family should hold on to this. So Gregory should not go in the community arresting anybody, children, simply because somebody lay allegation. Gregory should encourage that person to go and do the DNA. They come with the DNA result, everything, and say, based on the DNA and forensic finding, we have probable cause to arrest you on allegations of rape. That's the standard. That's Gregory's own way of defining how the police is going to pursue criminal issues in the country. So let's go back to Senator Chie. Senator Chie argued that Liberia's criminal procedure law does not require DNA evidence as a precondition for arrest. So then the question becomes, what did Gregory Kumo rely on as using DNA evidence as a prerequisite to arresting Brian Mangill? What did Gregory Kumo rely on, because the criminal procedure law of Liberia does not require DNA evidence as a precondition for arrest. Instead, police are empowered under the law to act on reasonable suspicion. Reasonable suspicion, right? Reasonable suspicions. Now, okay, which may be established through victims' testimony, witness accounts, medical report, and surrounding circumstances. Surrounding circumstances. The later Pa is a security man to the ministry that Brian works at. The later frequently goes to a Pa and says small thing around the same ministry. During county meeting, right? The allegation is that Brian McGill started fanning around the later. Blah, blah, blah. These are surrounding circumstances. And then went to the medical facility. The medical facility did the testing and said, yeah, the leg was temporal weight, right? And all of that. Victim came, she said, this is what happened. The man, the B man that been coming around me, that they man that working to my partner working place, right? Then move on there. They ask some people in the community, and you know, family relative and things, they say, oh yeah, they been behaving funny, we've been seeing her going here, blah, blah. These are probable cause. Arrest a man, my man can't hear that they think against you. So can prove to us. At least the first thing is have the man arrested. You say the other mayor, the man a B-man unit party. The mayor is still on with the party. We can't arrest the man, blah, blah, blah. The selective reliance on DNA in one case, but not the other, critics say reflects abuse of discretion. And this is what people got to understand. When the law grants you discretionary powers, right, that does not mean you can abuse it and misuse it anyhow. Discretionary authorities are guarded in as much as, right, and violates, because when you abuse discretionary authority or power, what it does is it violates constitutional guarantees. Your discretionary authority must not contradict or comes in conflict with the constitutional guarantee. Because your guarantees and the criminal procedure law guarantees that on probable cause you can hold and accuse. That's our law. That's how the country has been running. Why are you trying to change it? Because of friendship and political alliance. Mm-hmm. While police acted within the law in arresting Jala based on probable cause, that's the standard. Jala is the standard. That's what the law say. But the reason you see we're siding with Jala because this new RG came and tried to do the law differently. So we're saying you should apply that with Jala too. How you go back to the law in the case of Jala, but you ignore the law and use your discretion in the case of Brian McGill. That's the point. Their refusal to apply the same standard to McGill has sparked outrage. And of course, the situation escalated further when authorities announced that McGill has been clear of the rape allegation, raising questions about the process and transparency behind that determination. What makes anybody feel that the process to acquit and clear Brian McGill was transparently done when the state refused to bring Brian under his custody? Brian appears superior to the state in this matter. So the state sat in its own corner. Brian passing around from Mary Shop to other places, to going to all of the betting casinos in the net, drinking liquor and flirting around all the places. But then Gary said in the corner, say, send the man kids, and let me use it. Yeah, clear me, man. Clear me. Say clear.
So it's becoming clear, Abu, that this guy, Gregory Kumo, got absolutely no knowledge of law enforcement. So Gregory was brought onto the hem of the police because he's a loyalist to the regime, and so he was brought to target critical voices like he's doing now. So we are not here saying that the police arresting Jala is wrong, or whatever that is happening currently is wrong, even though there are some missteps along the way. But we are here, so we are here to also question the form and manner in which it is happening. If you think that forensic investigation or forensic report is important yes, it is, in sexual offense cases, it should apply to all sexual offense cases. Like in the case of Brian McGill, accused of rape, you requested DNA tests, you requested other forensic investigation, in fact, even went as far as requesting call log and everything. Oh yes, that was the precedent that was set. So now at this point, involving another sexual offense case, similar procedures and similar things that were required before to prove that Brian wasn't guilty of the crime should also be done in the case involving Jala. It should be done. Did the police request for DNA result to prove that Jala is connected to this crime? Did the police request for call log from GSM companies to prove that there was prior communication between the victim and the accused? But yes, that was the requirement during the case of Brian McGill. Is somebody more Liberian than our friend in this case or in this country, under Gregory Coleman as police inspector and Bwaka as president of our republic? This government is becoming nothing else but a dictatorial leadership where people sit and feel like they are the law and gospel and they can do anything, whether people like it or not. And all this nonsense is only happening because Liberians themselves have accepted to live by this. You allow yourself to get intimidated by Gregory's action. Gregory started this dictatorial action from the onset. He killed people in Kinjo. You sat and said, any election will come, nothing will happen. Gregory went at the CDC headquarters, attacked the citizens there, manhandled citizens, disgraced a woman. And Liberians say, oh, it happened to the CDC, but we're not part of the CDC. You're allowed it to go. Gregory went and shoot among students who were protesting for the right thing to be done so their teachers can go back to classes. Nothing happened. Gregory is after critical voices in this country, and Liberians are sitting and observing. Nothing is happening. So Gregory feels like, yes, he's holding on to what he started. If care is not taken, I repeat this consistently, if care is not taken, the next election in this country, 2029, will be like the case involving Museveni and, of course, Bobby Wine in Uganda, where opposition or leaders could be stopped from entering places, from going to places. And yes, because it is happening today, you're saying that the way election coming will go vote. It's happening, you're accepting it. So tomorrow, if your political leader is stopped from entering Lofa County on Gregory's order, you must accept it. If your political leader is stopped from entering Nimba County on Gregory's order, you must accept it. This is it.
That's fair enough. Fellow Liberians, the point we're trying to make here, for this country to move forward, we cannot be inconsistent with our rules. And of course, we cannot be playing diddy-daddy with our justice system. And we cannot allow people put themselves above the standards and the law to hold everybody accountable. And Mr. Cuomo can feel like he is very powerful, he commands a lot of influence in the government. But look, your records are terrible. And they're not going unnoticed. I can guarantee you, Mr. Cuomo, it will be, you have to do something better. It will take you a lot to address some of these things. I don't know how to put it because, but I'm just letting you know, for those of you who are friends with him, you're running a country. Country is guided by law. Make sure your actions are within the confines of the law. I'm watching or reading from Reuters news agency, where an African country, Ethiopia, Airline has officially begun the process of constructing a 12.5 billion project for what officials in the country has described as Africa's biggest airport. Okay, we are not saying that, but we are a country, we're just okay with mediocrity. The whole country only get one official international standard football stadium, we okay. One substandard basketball gymnasium, we okay. One chicken box airport with Channing Leonard around it, we okay. Eh? That's the kind of people we are. And we gotta be here and other people acting like. So what have any of you contributed to this country to make it better than what you met? How you made it? All you care is get a government office, sit down in a government office, have a bisha, ride a biggest car, right? Violate other people's rights, right? Violate other people's rights and go from constitution to constitution, taking money, blah, 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 all these things. Look at as big as Nimba County is with everything. The first car line building to be constructed in Ganta. We have to enter 2025, 2026, where you see somebody get like 7-story in Ganta. The only county outside of Montserrado that has up to 5-story building. Go across La Bro, so bush, the tree, all the horses. Sit down Moro, you say, oh yeah, they are our country, yeah. So they're mediocre, small-minded. People can't think beyond the scope of their bellies. That's what we have in the country. And that's how you sit down and anybody can just do anything they have their will. But countries that have purpose, it can't happen. Everybody rally. No, you don't come and do your own thing here. There are other people family here. So apply the law accordingly. You can't be Inspector General Police in Ghana, you go do that one, your team family will sit down. The community side will not sit down and allow you try it. Somebody child got raped. The circumstantial and of course probable causes are visible and they're clear. Then you shielding the man. Organization say, no, this is not what we know to be the law in the country. Right? Credible individuals say, this is not what we know. Lawyers say, this is not the way it can happen. You say, that how we will do it. You do it your way. The other man who can, then you go back on the basis of probable cause, you arrest the man, you had the man in detention for almost 4 days. Then while you updating the public on the man, then the other man that you are shooting, you free the man. The late 13-year-old will be living with that psychology and trauma. The family, you know where to go to. Our thing is, process the man, send him to court, let the court go acquit the man. Process the people. You're not judge. You're not courtroom. It is not in your private to say, what are the men rare, the men are rare. It is not. The allegation was levied. Right? Leave the parties to go before a competent court. And let them go there. Let the accused go and vindicate themselves. Let the accuser go and establish the facts prima facie. Then the law be applied. But one police inspector general say no. The court in your son, you come right here. I will do my late tobacco here. Then I will tell you, you're not right, you're wrong, y'all go sit down in the community. Is that justice? Somebody tell me, and we're going to open the lines. Librarian, tell us. Is that the role or the function of the police? To be acquitting people of criminal charges in the country? When the accuser is still there in agony and trauma, seeking justice. So who should go look for the perpetrator now? that the family of the late girl should go and start looking. Okay, say the first person you carry, the police say no, that another person you go look for another person again. Look at that. Process the people learning go to court. That always we know, and you know, you're clear, you're king to power, but when you're come to power now, that law guarding power, that's not your friendship. But again, let's hear from you, fellow Liberians, on this, because tomorrow it could be you, which you don't pray for, or you never can tell. Somebody say when you see any man that let putting lip gloss on their mouth, you must be careful with them. I don't know what they meant by that, but let's take calls. 0776 104 104 086 500 104 plus 231 86 500 104 are the numbers to call, and you'll be live. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Brother Abu, and good morning, Ega Konda.
Good morning.
This is Ishmael Dollar calling from Peace Island Company.
Okay. Go ahead, Ishmael.
Yeah, Brother Abu, the problem there is that we know you guys are the one that gives us the information concerning this country and the government at large. But the problem there, we Liberians, all our institutions, majority of it have been compromised. Do you understand? Have been compromised. So in the day, when we get first, when we take certain action there, that the same people there, they will try to eliminate us one by one. What can happen in the country when it comes to citizens, citizens getting street to protest or getting on the rampage to do one or two things. That the same people against us to do things that will go against our life. So we don't want that. At the end of the day, international community will try to say we condemn this, not only condemn. And we the citizens now without that we're suffering. Condemn it without doing anything. That make majority of the Liberian citizens feel weak.
Okay. No, but you just gotta keep talking. I myself don't support, because you know what, the regime want to use issues like protests as a scapegoat. So yeah, nobody protest, but let's keep engaging. Let's confront the people. Right? Hello. Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning, Brother Abu, and good morning to Ega Konda. My name is Otis Barkley. I do join you for District 11, the most abandoned district in most of our country. But to the topic on discussion, this government in the power to destroy Liberia and our young brothers and sisters. Just a few days, Brian might get raped before the young girl. And we have an incompetent RG. Yes, rating the man yesterday, saying the man is free. And what do we have trust in the justice system? For the country and doing a whole lot of things. Brother, thank you for the show. Thank you.
Thank you for your participation. Let's go to the next person. 0776 104 104 086 500 104. Good morning.
Good morning.
Go ahead.
This is from my own analysis. That's very cool, man. One of the rulers in this country, but it's really on our hand as well.
Yeah.
Let's keep to the subject and keep it like that. Unless we have evidence. Good morning. Okay. Good morning. Okay, let's see right here. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just following you from my way to people. You see the issue about solar mass and rape exposure taking place on this government. The RG is elected to justice. So my issue was going to be handled the right way, taking the fourth arrest and taking the fourth one of these one up on the
I say I agree with you.
So I don't know. The president needs to dispense for that position. That president is being conservative.
The president enjoys all of Gregory's action. The president, in fact, he's the chief. He's the biggest tier leader of Gregory's actions. Hello, good morning.
He does that.
Yeah, that's correct. Thank you. Thank you very much. I can say that for free based on the consistency in all of what has continued to happen. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is the Mother from Peace Island community.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the kid involved the guy who go out with a little boy. I want to go from making clear today. Very common arrest the man. If you watch the video, look how the man is walking, no handcuff. Nothing at the time. The man is fine, whatever. The man already received order. Liberia, the government of Liberia is the UN discuss on it in a week or in a day time. So we do this, they don't fool the people, and we keep it somewhere, say that can we let you go. So don't be part of. And even when they listen to the recording of a camera event to the court, somebody was even saying behind the camera that the team, I'm worried, you'll be back. We really listen to the video.
Yeah, it tell you now the boy respect the system again anymore. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Abu Hika.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Mandela calling from on the old road. Yeah, what I want to say is that in the day they told law that Joe we have and son that time that anybody it was not believable. Anyone that is accused of this rape crime, they should arrest you. They should arrest you. Once you are accused, they should arrest you. You will be in jail. Then they be going through the investigation from the court side. From the court side, they will do that forensic whatsoever thing. Or you have to arrest a person as police and then send the person to court. Yeah? But then Gregory Coleman now has become a creator of law. He's a judge now. He's a court now. You see that? And that the kind of government now, people bring the power, that the kind of government now, Joseph Baka, Gregory Coleman are running now, damaging the country here, teaching people. Then, yeah, the council of churches, they big God, they sycophant there. They say that now they can't talk. I think for these picture, then this and that, they are gay people. Yeah, gay people. That one made it. Now you talking. They call themselves credible in the country. Where is credible? I hate to hear total responsible government. These who are not responsible. Their government, Joseph Baka, people there, they are not responsible.
I think you're making a point because this thing about this sodomy has been in the news for like 2
But let's talk to Edmond. Edmond, morning.
From any of these religious organizations.
Let me say good morning to Abu. You know, Abu, you know the government is very, very crafty. Okay. And the government had ever seen vindicated Nadana Mangi. But what they were looking for, they were waiting for that moment. So that time was not set. So what we can do now, like you were saying here.
You mean Brian Mangi, right?
Taking this thing. Yeah. Taking this thing of Brian Mangi, but it just be on low wire. Okay, brother, you are here, we know all of our thing. But they ever say so, let your brother go. Then you go later. And you'll be vindicated. That's why you saw happening yesterday. You saw the guy bashing, smiling. So, hey, man, for my brother, if even you have been given the opportunity that you would be let go, you know what it means for that thing to come on your knee? You know what it means to come on your family? Because that family is a well-known family in this Republic of Liberia. A father was a judge in this country. So, you have tinted your family character. For you to be walking smartly, because why you didn't hang on him? Why you were not hang on? If I'm guilty now, why you didn't hang on him before carrying him to court? But the police IG, in the midst of thing, you know, Brian Magee, he supported the Unity Party, even the guys when they were struggling.
All the time, Brian Magee can be on SKD watching, content me, you know, flexing and all of that. Gregory said you couldn't bring the man in because you never had DNA, you know, and to establish probable cause. So he needed DNA report. He needed forensic before, even though probable cause can be drawn from, you know, other sources, right? Victim testimony, witness account, medical report, all of which all of which were able to establish that indeed something of that sort happened. But again, this is the country we have, fellow Liberians. The choice is ours to read between the lines and know whether this is the Liberia that we want to continuously live in, where the justice system and of course the application of the law will be selective, and of course individuals can use their discretion to detect, and undermine constitutional guarantees. These are very important things that we need to think about. Do we want a country where one police inspector general can just do whatever he wants to do, irrespective of whether his actions are undermining constitutional guarantee and all of that, right? So this is it. Time is fast spent. We have our guests here already. You can continue with the conversations in the community. And as far as we know it, Gregory, you may acquit Brian McGill, but in the court of public opinion, it still remains, a suspect of rape. Who all are in the community, that's what the people believe, because the process to acquit him was not fair. This break, will be right back.
There are crimes in many places, in every community, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hands, for the right authority. Really can't take your law in. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see you must take, I mean you check. Do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. I'm a part of the boy. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is here for you. Remember, you see it, you report it. This is a message from your own self, Omen Sam Sion.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia, folks. This is the Freedom on the Rise from Freedom 87.9, and welcome back to the final segment of the conversation right here on the show. And this is the most engaging segment of the show, where we have the actors and the newsmakers come in and explain and talk to themselves, so that you hear from them exactly what the issues are and what the views are on those different issues. This morning, we've invited a brilliant son of Nimba, a leader, and of course, a former member of the Liberian legislature representing the people of District Number 4 in Nimba County, Anthony Garrison Yelu, Councillor. Okay, sorry. Councillor Garrison D. Yelu Jr., and of course, he's come to take our questions on some of the most important issues about leadership and governance in Liberia, since this is the new year. Councillor, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Abud.
And welcome.
Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, same to you, man, brother.
How is it so far?
Oh, it's good. And when we were in government, we knew when you are in government, you are also preparing yourself for exit.
Okay.
So where we find ourselves today is that things that we prepared ourselves for. When we're preparing for 2023, we say, yeah, we're going to the election. If we win, that's it. If we don't win, we'll come back in our opposition life and we'll be in opposition for the next 6 years. So we were prepared for it. We got no regret. Our decision to support President Weah then, we have no regret. And we keep the relationship with him.
You have been writing some very, very pertinent pieces, stuff on different issues of late. What is responsible for that desire to be more engaging, right, on politics and writing articles?
In fact, there are times when you're doing this right, how people feel like it's a statement to cross over. The last time I can remember, you spoke about the issue about the tribal politics and all of that. So when people hear you speak like this, they feel like this could be a justification for why you want to cross over to the NIMBA agenda.
Okay. Put me on the record. I support President Weah. I have a conviction for him. I believe in him. I believe in his leadership. And there is nothing that will make me to cross over. We just on the record for that. There is nothing absolutely that will make me to cross over. When I'm writing, I sit from the background observing what is happening in our country, what is happening in our county, and I write. I started my schooling in Yekepa. I was fortunate to have gone through tutoring from and mentorship from people like Professor Edwin Louis Azu, Prof. Miawe Piamis, Nene Boayu. There are people who taught me literature and composition. So I feel that if I'm not talking, my pen should speak for me. And exactly the way you see me write is what I believe in. I'm clear with it. I have a conviction. When I write, I'm not afraid to write. I say what I want to say. So because I was writing, somebody say maybe I'm writing to cross over, it's a joke. But I have no regret, my brother. One thing my father did for me, and I can always tell people, is that my upbringing. He never brought me up to say everything would be silver spoon, it would be bread and butter. At times, he told me, son, it would be difficult. You understand? I remember when we left Yekepa and went back home in Vangley, and then, boom, this day the war have come. We want to farm. Or in my imagination, growing up, rice was something I just made, and we don't go on farm to go work for you to make farm to get rice. And then he said, we're going to go brush. I said, Daddy, why are we going to go brush? He said, look, for rice. It was shocking to me. But I grew up as a child that my father taught me to work hard, to have a conviction. My grandfather, who maybe at times would say he too was a representative, the Grenadier South Trade District, they established that district, always taught us something, said, don't betray people. Learn to be honest with people, but stand by them, especially people who give you their heart. And like I said, on one of the shows, I said, look, President Weah calls me his brother. My brother, there is nothing bigger than someone calling you their brother. And if this man calls me his brother, and you say I should betray him, then no, I can't do that. Absolutely, he had done nothing. So you go name up and say, oh, the man writing for President Weah, but Weah does not know him. I have to go tell everybody the relationship I have with President Weah out there.
So it has become a bit glaring to the point that people believe that once you are not a supporter of this regime, especially people like you perceive to be political opponents, especially where you find yourself in a country, you guys are being sandwiched. How is life with you in your decision to always follow George?
Just recently, I carried over 150 bags of rice to give to clinics. We assorted food items, clinical materials to give to a lot of clinics in the place. Because President, we have told us, you don't have to be in government to continue to do good for your people. So keep doing the little you can for your people.
Maybe that's a campaign for the next election.
Well, when you are in opposition in 2029, you can't say you got to wait for 2029 before you start preparing yourself for 2029. Obviously, we'll be campaigning for President Weah. We'll be in the street, we'll be in the jungle, we'll be in the bushes to campaign for him.
You will not be on the ballot?
So, well, we have not reached that point. But what I can assure you is that I will be playing a very key lead role for President Weah or coming back to the presidency.
I was looking at your I mean, newly formed. I know you're a writer, but your consistency in your writings and all of that, some of the pieces that you've been writing, I find that very profound. And now that you brought the former President Weah thing in, 6 days ago you wrote this, how former President George Weah is turning political betrayal into a path for progress. Do you think so?
Yes, sure. And let me tell you, on that fateful day of 2023, I had just left Nema. I came to town. We're trying to report together. I got in town a bit late, so I was a bit tired because myself drove to come. So I went to bed. Then when I woke up, well, usually when we run to social media, then I see that person we have conceded defeat. While I was lying now, I started sweating profusely. And then I cried, my brother. It's difficult, even when people die for me to cry. But that day was not easy. Then in the morning, as usual, my father called me. He said, son, there's some of the things that you were experiencing in life. I want you to be men, to stand up. Don't give up. But I just told your mother to come and be with you. You know I'm old. With my father, at that time he was 81, 82, and now he's approaching 85. So he said, I just told your mother to come and be with you over there because we are worried about you and we don't want you to break down. There is tomorrow. You got a long way to go. Let me tell you one thing that nobody will be happy for defeat.
Okay.
But the defeat of President Weah will bring a whole lot of change to him.
So the defeat was what you're referring to as betrayal?
Not just the defeat. The betrayal is if he had won this election, things that are happening today, in whom have seen it. He asked like what? People going against him, people that he gave them platform.
It's natural that people go against you for support.
Yes, normally.
So why
my brother, there are certain people, right? Even if the man did not give you the whole world,
okay,
but he gave you a platform, and because of that platform, you are certain area. You have your right to go without bad mouthing the man. Don't go and lie on him. When just yesterday you were loud praising him, go. Those are all who will come. They will come because when one door closes, another one opens. But don't make it like a political tool. You have your right. Like in the case when the CPP, the Supreme Court ruled and said the right to associate and disassociate is surrounding Article 17 of the Constitution. So that we cannot hold anybody for saying leave the CDC or come back. But what I can assure you, those who are going and betraying President Weah, they are opening doors for a new brand people to come, who will be focused, who will be generous, who will be on the battlefront and will not be looking behind. And this now betrayal is making him to see things that was as a progress because he now seeing the real true life of people.
So for this betrayal to be drawing your attention among many things in the country, right? It means that the betrayals were high profile.
They were high profile. I said people who you get platform to big up platform. Oh man, I tried.
No, you wrote your piece. So
just the way I wrote it. Yeah. Let me tell you, I don't want to be on name coin.
Why are you afraid?
I'm not afraid.
Then why are you not afraid?
You wrote figuratively when we speak. You analyze it for yourself. You are in the news. You listen to people every day. And they are,
Nigga has always told me that Garrison is a strong character. He speaks his mind. And
what I wrote.
See, you're afraid to call names.
I will not. If you want me to call names,
so who are those between?
You know, they are high profile people who President Weah made from the beginning of CDC to now in Liberia. And today,
but let's talk about Nimba.
In Nimba,
do you know of any?
In Nimba, there are people in Nimba that even when we were contesting in 2020, they gave them the platform. And that was the only means that they could defeat us, because the CDC then in government gave all of the support and everything to them.
In 2020?
In 2020. And they won the election.
That means the vice president currently?
If you think so.
But that was 2020. So
I have spoken, and I told you I believe in literature, and I have spoken, and why they coordinate.
So you said what the world doesn't know is that every time they turn against a man of destiny for no reason, God acts as the divine architect, closing a small window just to blast open a massive door of opportunity.
Yes. You know, when you're in the street and talk to people, they say, we know President Weah is coming back, but he got to revamp the party.
But guys, let me hold you a little bit. This is your massive door of opportunity talking about, right? Like you admitted, the high-profile betrayers. That means high-profile people who were helping to build this President Weah image are leaving him. And you are saying that massive window opening how? He's losing grip. In other words, the man is losing grip. But you're specifying that to say,
but you know what the librarians are saying now? They say President Weah is a good guy, but the people around him caused him his defeat. So when the very people who caused him his defeat are leaving, is it not an opportunity for him, for new people to come, that the librarian will say, yes, his eye is open, and a lot of good people coming around him, and the way things were looking back then, it won't be like that.
So you in your earlier statement, you said these people were around praising him, but today they are bad mouthing him. These were people who campaign, by virtue of standing out to encourage somebody to support or vote for somebody, it automatically means that you are giving that person your support. And you think that support that was given to him wasn't enough to push him to the next election as we move towards 2029, because these are the very same people who campaign for him.
So the indicator of 2023 is it the same indicator that we're going to carry to 2029?
But you will still need maybe very same people.
Do you know how many people coming on board every day?
We've not heard about anything.
Okay.
We've heard about people.
So we are building without making laws.
Okay.
The CDC in opposition will not be like the Unity Party in opposition. Or sometimes you see that I said the last in one of my writing, talking about building a direct image out there. Who destroyed the very image? It was a very Unity Party people when they were in opposition. They talk about they will take people by the picture from Syria, from any other country, they say drugs. But some of the areas you check all over Monrovia and Liberia, you will not find that area here. They said $16 billion missing. It was not CDC destroying our own image. It was the Unity Party destroying the image. They were loud.
How do you think it's affecting the governance currently?
The thing they destroy, they should face it. Because they say when they come to the presidency, manna will drop from heaven to come for yeah. And they came on our platform, rescue. Today, it had to be very difficult for us. Everything they have said, no, it's not true. It's not true. And the sad thing is that they were in opposition line, and they come to government, and they still lying.
What are some of the things they're lying about?
Everything. You say the economy is fine, things are fine in the country. But go in the street and talk to the people. They will not give credit to the past administration for anything. You myself know that President Weah
They promised that they were going to create a bigger stake for Nimba County in governance.
And the last time we were on the DK, I challenged them and said, you tell me one groundbreaking that this government has done in Nimba since their inception.
They are continuing the route from Kanta to Sekipi, from Sekipi to
But they all contracted already, my brother. That's what the banking person we are there for, which is there, you know, wanted him.
So you mean there has been no groundbreaking?
One, I challenge him for anything for this administration, new thing.
How far is the Kanta City Hall that got stored after the
where he left? Where he's still the road was looked at to. Nothing is happening. It's still the same place where it left 2023.
But you got your son as vice president. That was one thing that the Bayerns will put forward to.
And that one thing they always say that because they will have the vice presidency, we should not talk. So my thing to them is that look like the presidency and they are talking, then they say you travel. 65% of the appointed position in the bread and butter sector, the financial sector, they are all controlled by Lofian. They say we should not talk that in Nimba. Oh, you're getting vice president.
Who say you shouldn't talk that?
Now what I want Nimba brothers will tell you know the vice president for Nimba, so you don't talk. Look. My grandfather.
Don't they feel cheated?
My brother, who told you they don't know? They know, but they're afraid to talk. And that's why I said the last one, the DK. I said, you people can't talk for you.
Why do you think they are afraid?
Because if you, the little small job they get there, all right. When we say, why we in Nimba University and the Lofa Community College get more money in the national budget than in Nimba University, they say we should not talk about it. When we say the lab for Jackson Fairdo Hospital is our 33,000. And a commissioner LTA generator annually is 36, almost 39,000 for a generator. For the lab that we put there, say they go.
And you got more local people on the LTA board.
Yeah, but the entire local people on present too.
I think almost all of them are.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? So when we talk, you say don't talk about it. Then someone they will pay people say go talk. And so then when I read, I see the 6 small children to make come and hear lab. I say, you can't go after children. I don't want men that I will argue with. I don't argue with children. Because if I argue with children, then I will tell my son Eddie, who is in East Africa, to go argue because he's doing a master's. He should be arguing with those people. I should tell my daughter Princess who is reading her master's in law to go argue with them, not myself.
But it should be a blessing to the country to produce the vice president.
And it's not our first time. So we have produced even for President Moses Blah was a president. So you understand? We have produced vice president 2 times, Inga Dogode and Moses Blah. So it's not a new thing.
But in terms of
people will say to us, oh, when you say you hate, nobody hate Vice President Kun. Vice President Kun's grandmother is from my chiefdom. But he is on the other side. I took my side, he took his side. Fortunately for them, they won. I will meet him as side. Who knows? You see, when you ride a car to go Ganta,
they will say the one Nimba agenda.
One Nimba agenda. From the day the people funded Nimba have not been a singular country. We have always tried and succeeded in unity, in diversity, not unity in one. So when we put our egg in one basket, in that basket, people like to throw our weight. What's going to happen? You are telling you, for example, we put our egg in one basket, then 2029, CDC comes to power, all of the Nimba one sided. What's going to happen to us?
So
we got to wait for 6 years, and there is no hope that in fact, after that 6 years, we will come back to power. So why would we put our egg in one basket? So one time I wrote, I said, look, Nimba beat the Lofian. They had never put their egg in one basket. And since you got in the Second Republic, they have always been successful. From the time of Harry Moniba to now. Currently, the president is from Lofa, who is the chairman of the CDC. Is Janaku. Where is Janaku from? From Lofa County. So all that people talking is just a distraction.
So you got Lofians leaving the CDC because of our trial.
And they are all Lofians coming through.
So, Council, there is this belief by some in the country that the election of Jeremiah Kun as vice president of Liberia, coming from Nimba, is adding more grease to the airboat of individuals than bringing out developments in the country. Do you believe that?
So I was doing some analysis. I said, well, in former president, I'm talking about deputy, assistant ministers, or other deputy director, assistant director, or proper minister. And even the Dole government that we criticized, we had 3 proper ministers. In some of the government. In this government, we got 2. So no elbow, nothing there. The government so much that we cried, we said it was not good for us. We had 3 proper ministers. When you look at the president's kitchen cabinet, this government, you don't find one name in the president's kitchen cabinet. They gave us labor,
mines,
and mines. And then they got to post and telecommunication.
That's true.
You also got NSC.
Huh? NSC is talking about
cabinet
minister. I told you I was talking about autonomous agency or talking about cabinet. But look at the places it took them, right? Are they teaching cabinet member? No. Compared to Sando County. So we gave the platform for them to reach this level.
Who do you hold responsible for that?
Well, the government, this government, they only pretend, but they not love NIMBA. And the last time I was we were on one NIMBA platform, we analyzed it.
Well, how can NIMBA government not like NIMBA?
I mean, the government, not NIMBA government, local government. You know, so I come in. When the former vice president said, or former vice president then, who is now the president, said, when you are vice president, you just a opaca. So by that parity originally from the former vice president, who now is the president, it means with the government now, our government. Only when he dedicated a function to the vice president before he does.
All right, and he has been dedicating a lot to.
And the starting of the functions is like an ambush. The yellow machine, they say you spearhead it. So when it becomes a failure, they say that NIMBA people. And now we are speaking.
The price reduction.
Yeah, the price reduction. No, it's not possible. You talk about price reduction, then in GST, you increase it by to 14%. And by increasing the goods and services tax to 14%, it had trickled down effect on the market. Will go up. So now when you go to buy chicken, you put NIMBA man there. You know it's a big
we were told that chicken was being sold for $50, but it was but now it's at least $75.
Because you have the GST have been increased.
No, that means American is not doing a good job.
Now it's not in the budget, so they strike. I told you, they pretend, but we who observe, we know that he's just there and they're trying to use him. Therefore, using our mobile money. And you and myself know in this country that most of our people, they don't go to bank. It's the only means that we send money to our people, to our supporters, is through mobile money. They add 2% tax to it in this budget. People are not talking about it.
Of course, we've been talking.
Yeah, you know, I'm talking with you now. I know you people been lifting the issue. If you go to the budget, the thing that affect the common people, like for instance, drugs, in clinic, in hospital, the entire country under Ministry of Health, the budget is 1.6 million for drugs, to buy drugs. Divide 1.6 million by almost 5.5 million people in this country.
The NSA budget was increased, then the police that is directly involved with the citizens. How do you see that?
Oh man, that's one of the things we're talking. The people, they came to rescue themselves rather than rescuing the country.
What do you see in the budget for healthcare in NIMBA? Because, you know, I'm particular about NIMBA because the people were mobilized to believe that.
Oh man, the budget for healthcare, when our people going to the clinic in NIMBA, they get them people to go buy their own medicine.
Is that what happened in that?
Go to the health budget of NIMBA. Most of the money you see in the health sector in NIMBA is for salary. Yeah. Like if you go to Jackson Fiado Hospital, they will tell you we increased it to 3.7 million, right? But in that 3.7, they got 450,000 in that 3.7 in contingency.
Okay.
So it's not guaranteed that it's coming. So it goes back to The very CDC come where they condemn 3.1 million plus is the same thing. So we subtract the amount from there, you will know. You understand? So I'm just saying to you, Nima University, budget is low. Lofa Community College, budget is high.
Why you think so?
And that was surprising us. And we just heard the minister of the few days you were in, Lofa saying we'll even increase it again. Why are we crying? And even though we get university.
For the college to get more money than the
University, that's what I'm saying. What is the budget? Then the sad truth about it. The man who left all the business and said, since he was not doing enough for him, he was going to lead the campaign. The PYJ, the only thing that woman fought for and left, it was the PYJ Polytechnic. Check the budget. It's zero, but you see, in the additional funding, they will have money for him.
I thought when there was this crisis with our Polytechnic, the vice president intervened and said he was going to take seats of
go to the budget. You see, nothing there for him, for the university.
That's equal to lying to the people.
So when people tell us that they are doing more for us, it's sad. When we hear people, look, I mean, be very honest with you. Like I listened to a former minister, Toy. CDC had little and they did more with the little, and this government get more and they are doing little with the more.
Okay, so your breakdown of the 1.2 billion budget was captured in your January 4th article that you titled "A Dispatch from Mount Yaun."
Moyon,
the bitter harvest, and why the fiscal year 2026 budget is a feast for the few, a funeral for the poor. I mean,
but I just gave you the analysis right here. Far commissioners.
Is a feast for the poor, a feast for the few or rich?
Yeah.
Or funeral for the
For example, now, let me tell
you.
The far commissioners there.
Okay.
They are generated alone for the year. Go there, check it. I think 30,000 some more every month. Even though they are boosting of stable electricity, but they are still getting 30,000 some more every month for generators. But in the Jackson Fiado Hospital, where people from the southeast, Nima, even Guinea Afro, they are going, money for drugs is nothing. But if you look at the health budget, take the health budget, analyze it. Most of the money, they're not going for drugs, not going for laboratory, they're going for salary.
Compensation.
For compensation. Like I told you.
So more people in 2026 will be going out to buy medicine for themselves.
More people will go out. Why it's true that you see healthcare 100 million plus, go down, you will see what we said there. The people will still buy drugs for themselves because nothing there. You get 1.2 billion, you give 1.6 million for drugs, for health ministry to buy drugs and supply the entire clinics in the country.
Council, you spoke earlier about the government not being able to break ground for any project. Not just Nima, whether the entire country. But are you aware of the 10 million other villas being built?
Oh yeah, I think yes, that's a very good project. But you know the thing about that project, we don't know who it's from.
The government have said it's MRU project.
I mean, they are MRU project does not come like that. There will be a clear process involved. The procurement process is very key. And when we went to Accra for the comprehensive peace accord, you think for most of the anti-graft institutions, the PPCC, the anti-corruption, the governance commission, the RA, they all came about because the international community feel that the problem we have in this country is status corruption. And one of the issues is that the corruption with procurement. So they brought the PPCC. Minister, they will not be buying things for themselves. They don't have to do this for ourselves. But let me get you one funny thing in the budget again. Even though the government is boasting of 1.2 billion budget, but you know what they say? They now allow ministries and not to buy used car.
Or they're changing the vehicle.
I'm telling you, the vehicle policy, I bet you go to the budget.
Wow.
So, I mean, I'm telling you, ministries
never knows about
used car. So now you tell them
rescue government
yeah,
used cars.
And that policy got rid of doing Madam Service car. Then President Weah came, no. But you know what they're going to tell you now? Everybody will be bringing used car.
That's
So,
lowering the standard.
yes, not just that. Most of the ministers will be selling used car now.
So Labour Ministry, you're going to bring a used car. Labour Ministry go buy your own car here.
So these are the issues. That's why you see when we analyze the budget, we look at it from, because I used to be on the budget committee. Then when I left the budget committee, I went and served as the co-chair on public account and expenditure at the House of Representatives. And I did public administration. Professor Fede J taught me government budgetary process. So and we did accounting a lot in public administration. So we also meticulously can review the budget. But I can say to you, I mean, to be very honest, President George Manneh Weah was the heart of the common man.
What do you mean by that?
Because he knew his background, and even at the presidency, he did not change him.
Majority of the people in Nimba rejected that.
But even though we got over 50,000 votes, unprecedented, with 40 strong men as Senator Johnson, the only problem we never had in Nimba, we never protected our vote.
Okay. And you think that was your shortcoming?
That's our shortcoming.
Just before Abu coming, just quickly, Council, you talk about Senator Johnson that leaving now. One of the issues that we talked about after the election was about this issue about War and Economic Crimes Code. During the campaign, the Unity Party did not speak about that because Senator Johnson was obviously supporting the Unity Party. After the election, it became an agenda of the rescued nation. Since the demise of Senator Johnson, this entire thing about War Crimes Code have been swept under the carpet. And if you listen to the revelation made by the senator when he was alive about how he was being treated by the rescued mission, and in fact, the vice president that he chose to go on the Unity Party ticket or recommended to go on the Unity Party ticket. What's the thing about this entire thing on War Crimes?
I think it was maybe December or January, there's a post, and I was talking about Senator Johnson. The people are all about themselves. And today, President George Weah then sacrificed his 6 years defending that woman. You think he could not bring the War Economic Crime Code? The people wanted it. They could give him resources. He said, the man stood with me. I can't betray him. And at the reason some of us we say will not betray President Weah.
Gratefulness.
Before he was so grateful. He sacrificed presidency. He said, because the man served me, the man fought for me, he supported me, he helped me to come to the presidency. That's why he went to America and said, why me? When this government came to power, that time you going to the UN General Assembly, the first State of the Nation address, when Senator Johnson was happily speaking, like you just got married, time for your honeymoon, then they say taking the woman from you, you're not going to want people to be there. That's what happened to Senator Johnson.
Even during the inauguration, you had another address.
He spoke about it. Then they were trying to pest the federal official. Then he said, I will even tell you more. During the State of the Nation, then he talked more about that way broke Senator Johnson down. And when he myself spoke that evening, at night, I could hear the frustration in his voice.
Before you did?
I mean, but Senator Johnson, one point I used to talk plenty. You come with to argue. Sometimes people go to him, from him they get legal issues, and you say your committee guys, please help the people.
Besides sensing the frustration, he spoke to Abraham Weah, and the recordings are out. Besides sensing his frustration, there are some, I'm sure, confidential conversation that you people have shared. You can't just talk about what was the real feelings from him. What were some of those things that he was saying to you?
Honestly, he last called to me in November before he could go to Ganta. He told me he was actually wanting for us to establish a new political party for him.
Okay.
Because of the frustration. He was clear about it. And when I was in the car, my driver said, I said, no, my profession does not allow me to do such. I will not. But he said, Gareth, I'm going to Ganta. When I come back, I want to see you. I'm frustrated. They think your two us will never listen, my son.
You mean that?
Yes.
Senator Johnson said that to you?
My driver said you, my people were in the car with me. We were just coming from the Temple of Justice. As soon as we get in the car in front of the marshal to go towards Cinco Star, he called Cassidy, the senator is calling me.
Almost opposite the Capitol building.
Capitol building. The senator is calling me. We talk. In November 2024, he said he was going to Nima when he comes back. And she had met him on Wednesday, but then when we have an argument at the Supreme Court, and then when I left from there, when I walked, I went to the Capitol saying he just came from Nima, he was tired. And then that Thursday morning now, we woke up to his death. So I was not able to see him he actually wanted us to see. Okay. He told me this one, we all have to come back together. I don't know. Because Senator Johnson, Senator was very close to me there. Even the current vice president, when we got elected. In fact, I used to be the Secretary General of the party. You see, I want Garrison to be my Secretary General. I went for the convention. Now, when we went to Buchanan for the convention in Buchanan, you say they wanted to remove Senator Johnson. I said, for me, I will not be part of that. So I will not be part of that.
Remove him as
political leader to bring on race war to be the political leader. I will not be part of
the MDR.
No, NUD.
Okay.
I will never be part of NDR. So let's be honest. I don't know which of the indicators on the rescue we should be happy of. Like, for instance, poor children at the Governance Commission, last time I listened to Professor Alari Topa, the GSU conducted audit, they said the poor were not employed the right way. But let me tell you what happened there. Do you know that they went in the children file and took all their documents from there only because they want to get at them?
Are you kidding me?
I'm telling you something. You as a journalist, go and do your investigation. But they forget that CSA went there and did credential audit. IEA did the same thing, and they formed everything we did what was correct. But because they wanted to get at Garrison, say GSC, when GSC were going to took all the children documents. But when CSA wanted the document were there, and they told them bring the original, compare the original with the photocopy that you have in your file. Midnight, we could demonstrate the document walk out of each of those people's file. Today they don't know where the document gone.
That's broadly which
one thing. Now they put that came to rescue. But when CDC was in government, they meeting the Unity Party people, they brought sedition on board. But when
these very same people you advocating for today that you're talking about, these very same people were the ones who went against you when you contested in the by-election.
Well, you know, the bread and butter issue in the country is not easy. You get young people working over there, they're taking them. If you don't go do the one for the government, will dismiss you.
But some of them have said to me, you're taking it against them up tonight.
I got nothing against anybody. Okay, maybe you want me to walk to your house to go there, or I beg you. But personally, when I see them, they come to me and speak to them. The last time I went to pay my funeral in Duople, I saw them stuff on there. You came to me, we shook hands, we embrace each other. I got nothing against anybody. They are my children. These are people that I help. And I feel proud to say they are my boys. I know when they go, they will come back. Okay. When the trumpet is blown in 2029 and the roar is calling yonder, my brother, the real people will come back. Okay, so don't worry about the young people. But I can tell you, here today, the CDC did more with the little they have. But before you come to the time issue, let's look at a few things, right?
That's how I
CDC came to power. The first thing we have Omid Jordan. So when you see my response yesterday to T1OK, you will see that there. I said CDC did more with the little they have. Omid Jordan. So you're talking about unemployment. How will not experience unemployment when Omid were employing a lot of people in this country, and then they left this country? And you know what I'm saying? They left this country. CDC still managed with that. Then, when they were copying COVID-19 came. It was another problem. It affected the whole world. So you imagine it affected businesses. People were sitting home taking pay. And the bad thing, imagine this government had experienced nothing. No unmade order completely. No COVID-19. And people crying in the street. So imagine if they were in power in 2018 and you have complete drawdown of unmeal, and then when you try to fix it, then boom, COVID-19 comes in. But today they say, what CDC do with the money? As you say, everything. But the Ryan good road from here all the way to the airport now, at the bottom. That's one of the money there. The CLSG that we're talking about, who built all the substations? It was the CDC. We ran all the high tension wire at the CDC. That's the money. So they will
so the electricity they enjoy now, the CDC built the infrastructure.
Everything. Even in 2023, in Douala where I live, we were enjoying electricity. It was 24 hours. There was nothing there that someone was going to tell me today because we knew the current issue.
They said they've grown the budget to 1.2 billion.
Yeah.
And there is this relying on 200 million that many people are raised if you are signature bonus from Asilometer. And the NEMA people have got some issues with the renewal process of the Asilometer thing. They could believe that Asilometer has not fulfilled some of its promises. And all of that.
You born a child, you so much love this child, and you're afraid to bring your child also. Like I'm sitting here, I got no regret to say it. I support President Weah, and I feel confident with the relationship I get with President Weah. I got no regret. I should not hide it from anybody. You understand? The 200 million, I think I wrote about it and all. The government signed the MDA on the 5th of November 2025. Up to now, they are not told the Liberian people that they have signed that document. They have already committed the country, and the rescue is not honest to us. Now I told you,
signed the Asilometer
agreement. It's just for the legislature to rectify it now.
Okay.
No one should lie to you. How can you tell me say you are not born, you are not on the standing, but you get 200 million in the Douala to Grand Cape Mount County Road? You got 50 million from that 200 million as your counterpart funding.
Something that you say is not signed.
Yeah. So what you get signature bonus from? Then you say, no, you know the way it's looking, it did, it that. You getting my point? Look, they sign it. They are still finding way how to pull it out. But the money is there. My issue is the people continue to violate our right in NIMBA, for instance.
Okay.
The revenue sharing law is very clear. 10% of that money you are going to NIMBA.
That's 200 million.
That 200 million, which is 20 million.
That's a signature bonus. You mean
it's a revenue. It's a revenue.
10% should go to
NIMBA. Yeah, the revenue. The mineral is coming from NIMBA. And you know what happened?
So in the breakdown of the 200 million,
you know what they get? How much they get NIMBA? 6.136 million.
From the 200 million.
Yeah.
And what do you think? You think that is too small?
Oh, how money there is 20 million? Then you tell us 6.130 million? You're joking. Let's come to, because the revenue sharing law, right? We'll go to the outcome of this budget, right? The current budget, the draft budget, because they are not printing out the approved one. They say, I think they generated one from Metal C is 100 more million. So with the 100 more million they generated, 150 more million they generated from Metal Steel as revenue, 10% should also go to NIMBA. So that 10% should be around 15.5 million.
So what does the outcome say? Did they give that to NIMBA?
They didn't give it to NIMBA. So you already get out 15.5 million from 2025. You not give it to NIMBA in the all 200 million. We're also going to get 20 million from that one. I just money to go see. You know their big excuse is that you have not set up the fiscal board. The fiscal board is administrative. We agree. But if the fiscal board is not, because the fiscal board is responsible to tell you how the money will be taken from the consolidated account to the county account. That one are administrative processes. But what is important to us is put the money in an escrow account. Since the fiscal board has not been set up, the fiscal board will approve the transfer of the money to NIMBA's account.
Who's compromising NIMBA interest? Because many times we hear.
I say the government does not like NIMBA. They only pretend to the people of NIMBA. And what we who also
because some of what we hear Senator Johnson the late talk about was NIMBA money. And so
then NIMBA money, imagine accumulative money from the 1.5 social development fund. The senator said, "Oh, President, we could not give our 9 million, even though it started from the Unity Party time, and were brought forward to the CDC administration." And you know, with development issues and all of these issues, then they use that against us in the country. Our money, people get. In fact, at one point, he said they get our money to Garrison.
That was what we were told led to the outburst against
the people. The people confess. They say they may get our money. You don't want to get our money using the money for campaign. Never.
Another point you raised was the issue of taxation, the increment in tax levy. What do you think it will mean for the ordinary people?
Increase in goods and services. Just it. Because let me tell you one thing. Because the justification that we gave you is they want to do a comparative analysis, right? With Ghana, Africans, because of the VAT. Well, let me tell you one thing. Will you compare our economy that you're hitting 1 billion this year to Ghana that then
and 1 billion? Not too clear.
Yeah. But actually, when you take the 72 million that coming from the donors, and then you take the 200 million, the actual budget is around 929 million. So, because the 200 million is not money that will come every year. You could not even get it again because when you sign the agreement for 25 years, after that 25 years, you're not even sure whether we'll still be having iron ore in NIMBA. So maybe when Wulogisi then come in, because we want to appreciate, to say, let them bring Wulogisi and see whether the film will sit down here and they say signature bonus of 200 million, and then Lofa will not get for 20 million. And then when we talk, they say, you don't talk because the vice president is from NIMBA. That's why he encouraging us to talk more because we have the vice president and you are not giving us what would you get.
The erasure of the safety net, you mentioned. The erasure of the safety net. He said the most powerful pages of this budget are written in the blood of the vulnerable. The boast of billions, yet the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection sees penny pinch. Support for those who need it most. For instance, support for NIMBA County Orphanage Home sits at a mere 2,625, and Bond County Orphanage Home receive the same patents. In health and education, the increased fees like a lie. Why the sector receive 101,071 United States dollars and US 123.9 million respectively. Much is swallowed by compensation at the top.
Yeah, but I told you. What in the eating at the salary business people looking up to? The ordinary person will go to the hospital that they trust. They should go to do free lab to know what is happening to diagnose their problem. You understand? Now, no money for the lab. So the budget and the salary are there. Education, you look at NIMBA, you cut their budget. So the university is struggling. Then they say, well, let it approve budget. But the sad thing in this budget, that we know also one person where is that. And mind you, what is happening with LPRC, MPA, now for all the people there? If that was a CDC in power now,
they don't contribute.
They don't contribute to the budget significantly than us. But now, those major, mind you, the maritime sector or Tokyo or Chancellor government out you. Totman, they said people was a gateway to our economy. Now they all out of the budget.
They say they're building the Fuya project.
And I want to put it.
That's what the government released.
Yeah, so they are all out of the Fuya project for MRU. The people is building it again.
See, it was Faber who said that they investigate the report and there are state-owned enterprises that are funding the Fuya project.
So MRU project are state. You see, So I'm just saying to you, these are the issues we're talking about. I mean, when they post a budget, the ordinary I used to see when we go for the county council, right? When you're doing appropriation, the delegate, what they complain about, what's going to the federal district for preaching, for school, for this, for that. CDC administration that they condemn and criticizing today that they say they did nothing. For example, with the minimum they have, 530 kilometers across the country. The Unity Party that between 10 to 12 billion they received in 12 years, and then we add the debt relief to it, it will be hitting close to 20 billion. There's 725 kilometers of road. Yet CDC is the demon. We live in Ufino. We live with Lucifer.
And why you think so?
Because the people are very good at lying. Just as the Israelites in opposition, they came to government, they lie.
But right now they just have settled and we're having this conversation. But then the question becomes, for the CDC, are the people getting the message?
Yes. So we're writing, we're talking. And what usually
will that change the CDC fate?
The most important thing we should be doing in our party now, we need to restructure the party. Because when you talk to a lot of people out there, they want to see you. They want to see new faces. They want to see new ideas, fresh ideas. That is something that the CDC needs to look at. The people want to deal with. Let me tell you, I have gone Bon County, I live in Maggie, I'm in Monserrado almost every day. And go in the street. You see me, I get a big belly like this. So when I wear my short trousers and t-shirt on Saturday passing around, I can sit down and go argue people. No, unless someone can say, oh, already yellow, or councilor yellow, then you say, oh, that the man there. I will go and we talk to people. And you will get the message. If we just put our things together, put our horse in order, we'll beat people one round. Just me, one round. You're not going second round.
Okay, Ms. Garrison Yellow, and of course, Councilor Garrison Yellow. Sorry, and he's been our guest here. The conversation has been very fascinating. Let's hear from you out there on 0776 104 104 086 500 104 plus 231 86 500 104 are the numbers to call. Let's take some calls right here. Let's begin with this. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Go ahead. Okay, thank you very much. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Okay, so I am Representative Joseph calling from Guaza. I want to tell you to the corporate institute there, Yellow. Yellow, I met you right under the tree, and then you just exactly what you're saying. We need to be brave. We stand our sweat and our blood for the CDC. And all you need to do, if you see this number right after your signature, please just call me. We got men on ground, women on ground. We are prepared to restructure even down to the level.
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning.
Good morning, my dear brother Abu Sherry and Mr. Bonda.
Morning.
Good morning, Mr. Honorable Yellow. I'm Bravo Makoya calling from 7th Street Back Avenue. I just want to go back to the honorable that he said about the health. Good morning. I from former district Abu Sherry and myself from Bon County. If we go to Boma Hospital now, if anybody is sick, they carry you to Boma Hospital. They will give you the piece of paper to go back and paracetamol outside. There is no drugs.
Yeah,
so
that's
the government is doing nothing. So thank you, honorable.
You stop
I
paying
love your name so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Good morning. Again, I'm going to say hi to the RSAU. This is Edmond Carr, and I will not repeat some of the things that you have said, but I just want to know because Look at our budget and what you thought. How did you even know that NEMA got a percentage in a 200,000 before I run away? There's another one.
Revenue sharing.
Yeah. Then another one is this 10 million quote unquote that's going to come for assets recovery. So what I want to know from you is that is it really intentional by the independent government or the guy just lacked the ability to set the fiscal platform of the country? What are they going on?
Thank you. Thank you. Let's talk to somebody from this line. Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Gavin.
Well, please be a bit audible.
Yeah. As I say, my name is Jerry Yemlo, and I do call you from Kawa.
Go ahead.
Mr. Yellow, very so sad. How do you people around this era in sympathy trying to seek their interest? With the big number you're having past president, how you guys put it, please? This vice president is real citizens of NIMBA or because he have business.
Okay, right here, we are citizens.
Because of money.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Let's talk to another person. Morning.
How you doing?
I'm okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm in there.
Okay.
Besides that, I want to understand from you that the judge where I did.
Do you have problem with judge? 1 minute. Do you have problem with judge? We are coming back.
So how do they prepare? How are they preparing?
Okay.
Giving them the food that judge where is coming back.
Okay. Let's talk to David King. David, morning.
Morning, Ethan and Abu. Let me say morning to the ever potent Honorable Garrison Yellow. You know, my brother, whenever you say we are coming back, the United Party people, they can get scared. You can see fear running down our spine. Look, we will come back. And in fact, where is our president today? But we are his president by endorsement, because the endorsement is when the last time he realized when Joseph Boga party, but we are in the red line. Everybody started running. We sorrow, everybody running here, we are crying. But who does that to Joe Boga? So what Garrison has said, citizens need to be rebranded, and there's a massive counting issue. We cannot be here talking. We should go for confession to be able to bring Garrison Young in leadership. All the people who got vision for all Liberia, for not just the CDC. Okay. We should have people who have vision for Liberia and the CDC, so that we can be able to be Ventura in 2029. Thank you.
Thank you, David.
Thank you. Let me take this caller on this end. Good morning. You're live.
Good morning, Abu, and good morning, Egon, and good morning to my astute counselor. I'm James Emmanuel Porter, calling from Red Lake, Crown Hill, Broad Street. Abu, I want to commend Councilor Yuru for a brilliant presentation. I mean, he didn't just sit on an hour, but he detailed CDC and he's detailing United Party and administration. But I just want to come in when it comes to the stability of the electricity, right? Mm. When CDC took power in 2018, there was issue with the electricity, but then former president said he left the AC grid out of 9 or 7 kilowatt on the CLSG line. President Riyadh first trip to Ivory Coast, when he met his father, he pleaded for Liberia debt to be waived, and that was given to him. He came back and called a team from the APR, from LEC, and they did a study. President Riyadh increased the grade up to 27 on the CLSG line. Stability of the current was an issue.
Okay.
He went back to his team and he called him. And he said, Mr. President, if we go up to 50 kilowatt on the CLSG line, or even 75, Liberia legislative will be stable during the dry season and the rainy season. President Riyadh listened, and President Riyadh went back to CLSG and increased our grade up to 50 kilowatt. Today, the stability of the electricity, like the councillor said, we both live in Makibi County. In 2023, we have stable is on the government. No, the 50 that we left on the CRSG line is what is still having.
And the thing is, have they added anything?
They have not added.
Have they built
so that's my point. They have not added. They have not done anything to the time. So it's the C50 kilowatt we did and left. It's the C50 kilowatt they are still using. So the benefit of electricity is President we are. So,
okay, James. Okay, thank you very much, James. I mean that was great. So let's go across.
So, me say to the colleague that called from call, we talk about Nima. Me say to you, my brother, Nima always been county of men, and will continue to be county of men. There is no way that people will censor our opinion and try to, so so now I listen to people say will suppress Garrison and will do that. You'll be suppressing yourself. Well, man, me, my breakfast at GB, my lunch at GB, my dinner at GB. So unless the cassava finish from the boy, I think you suppress me.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm not used to eating baked chicken hamburger. People who can eat baked chicken will worry about that one because when I'm going to far, I will get cassava. If we no cassava, I will get fufu GB. We'll move. Look, this country, we have to be honest with ourselves. And the sad truth, you saw President Weah time. Everything that Madam Sadi did, he paid respect to her for what she did. This administration will not give any credit. In fact, at the executive mansion, when you call President Weah name, it means like in the book that Emmanuel Amos wrote, Delivered from the Power of Darkness, in their meeting, in their court society, when you call Jesus' name, Satan can fall down from his seat. When you call President name, President Weah name at the mansion, you're in trouble, you'll be dismissed as Sunday.
Councilor, at the ongoing county meet, there was some young people, they carry some kind of banner, and then the co-chair is spotting thing from former President Weah, and the youth and sport ministry threw them out.
In fact, that is the same statement that is posted on.
So I'm just saying to you, but when President Weah was here on when Ambassador Braga was former vice president, they used to post his birthday. Check the executive mansion website where they have ever posted 2 times now President Weah birthday. But look, the Unity Party should be ashamed talking some of the issues that we have reached the point. We have reached the point. So I listened to the former minister the last time he said, the CDC had the ball at their foot and they didn't school. So we get to school. So in one of my read, I said, I remind I said, Mr. Minister, now everybody who can school who can win world best. So I remember in 2006, Fabio Cannavaro never scored a goal, but he defended Italy. And Italy won the World Cup. And he was the world best. So we are not yet to score goals. Saying we didn't score, we defend the Liberian people. And we'll win world best. And how we'll win the world best 2029, we'll be re-elected, bring President Weah back to power, and we will enhance, we will improve, we will accelerate development in this country the way he was doing. We're not going to sit down and say, look, the good thing for President Weah, he out now of power, he's seeing everything for himself, and it's clear. He's seeing everything for himself, it's clear. So coming back to power with a mindset that he had been out of power, he has tasted power, and he knows what power is. And one thing we will not do, we will not go after them.
Okay.
We will not wish from them. Liberia is for everyone. We will put this country together. We will reconcile this country. We will not keep the country divided at what they are doing today. The very people that talk about TNU position, we say we should not campaign for our leader. They were here. People are campaigning for when we carry buses to receive President Weah, when Ambassador Braga, after 25 trips, they carry buses to go receive it. They broke the party ground. They said, or order from the court. We said, no problem. We did groundbreaking. They said they bought party office. And the sad thing about the party office, even before you say you're going to raise money, by the time it's already in actual possession of you, you are printed Unity Party, this, that, you are selling office. You say, not even raise the money here, but it's on your hand. So we are now fooling this country. We're not fooling this country. If that people could give it to their own credit, why they didn't accept them at the time to be their own credit? Why they didn't? Okay. So put me on record. Nima, we get met in Nima, and we'll keep talking. Nobody going to make anybody from Nima afraid because he say we have vice president from Nima. No. And we encouraging our people that you saw what happened to your son Queen Johnson. You saw the sad truth. You know, President, we are defending this man at every level. He decided to leave gate to protect this man. Now, the people that said they were coming to rescue, the best rescue they gave Neymar was to get rid of our leader, our fighter, our general, the loud voice that we have. That why they are taking advantage of all because Senator Johnson was leaving, they told him that he would not even he would start risking that issue, the work Honorable Koga is doing.
Okay.
So I want to say thank you, guys. I'm available anytime. And sometimes when you see the right out, sometimes we're ready to forget about those things. But if now it's fresh that you can ask us to come, we will discuss it. Because when I wake up 2 a.m. when I do my legal writing, then I come to political writing. So any issue I grab and start writing. It means now 2-3 days I develop it, then publish.
Thank you very much.
So the dispatch from you only want to in this police and dispatch because we want to keep them guessing.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be.
It's always on Sunday morning. Okay. The dispatch.
Just like the letter from secretary. It's done by
so
there are 2 letters.
We get letter and get dispatch. Mine is dispatch and Morobelete is a letter from secretary. And mine is dispatch from Moyung. No, Moyung is a powerful mountain in Nima. But only people with full eyes can see it.
All right, Councillor, thanks a lot for breakfast with us this morning. And it has indeed been an intriguing conversation right here on the nation's premier breakfast platform. We gotta go.
We'll be here on tomorrow. The midweek edition is up on tomorrow. We are still making some efforts to bring on Nimba County Senator Kompu. Koga, Samuel Koga. We are still making some efforts to bring on Samuel Koga so we can hear from him. We want to hear from the government angle. You want your camp. The same way we treat you in every way, the same way we can treat the others, and you can talk to the people.
They are themselves afraid, but we are open. This is the public platform. This is available to every Liberian and everybody from all walks of life, all political parties. We owe no allegiance to any political party. Just come, bring your facts, and let's argue it out. But they're afraid. So until we see you tomorrow, do have yourself a wonderful time. Bye-bye.